Team also, bait is my pick.
Well, it is time to get into the action for one final time in Stage 2. It's Big versus Bait with a spot at Stage 3 on the line.
Thank you very much, Freya, and thank you for joining us for the final game of the second stage of the Major. Big, once again, in the last game of the stage, Jason. We've been here before. We've seen it in Stage 1.
They did it with style in Stage 1.
I can't believe they're still here in the tournament, but they've got one more opportunity. And a smaller crowd, but they will be German, will be in the arena if Big can make it to Stage 3. We've got JDC moving forward, and that's going to be a couple of quick kills for Big coming in. So Kenzazor and MPL both dead, but that A-bomb site wide open, and they're going to start moving in.
I don't know if actually tappsN spotted that. They have the idea. Moving in towards Temple is Sizzy. Essential spots them in Donut. This is going to be a long round. Bait's not trying to commit to anything at the moment. The bomb is still over at Elbow. They want to force some movement. They want to force a player from Big to step into a bad fight to make a bad decision.
Yeah, we got Essential going to be stepping out in towards the Donut fight. He's got one kill back here on JDC. Sizzy, important frag, needs to pick it up. He's got it on tappsN. blindfolded to trade it. Essential now going into the Donut fight. Can't connect and puts Alex in the clutch. A 1v3 with a minute left. He'll move out, at least got the bomb in his possession, but getting that down just looks impossible. But good damage. Both Donut players are low.
Yeah, they really are. He actually has time to play with as well. Going to tap the ball. He's actually going to stick it. He's going to call the bluff, and there's the peek from Grix. And tappsN's getting hyped up. We saw his tweet earlier today. It means a lot to tappsN. Been in this organization for a long time, trying to make the German organization work, get a German team going. Now with a couple of international additions, he's saying this is the time. This is the moment that Big need to seize to get into Stage 3. So he's going to be energetic, he's going to be loud, he's going to be focused the whole way through.
I was saying he's going to fight to the last round of this game. Celebrating every round victory.
Let's fucking go, man!
Now Big have moved away from a team of full German players. They've done that many times throughout this organization's history. They brought in an international opera and Smooth, and that was their best run they had in Cologne.
They've tried so many things, haven't they, to get back to that kind of a level. A deep run they had years and years ago in Cologne. Interesting kind of run from Big as well when you consider. I feel like, you know, even in Stage 1, they were a somewhat popular pick for an 0-3 team. Stage 2, I don't think anyone saw a whole lot to change their mind. Still had them as the 0-3 group, and now they're here fighting for a spot in Stage 3. Impressive the way they've been able to build up throughout this Stage 2.
I think it's because when it's looking bad, it's looking pretty bad, right?
Okay.
And I think that just leaves a sour taste in the mouth. But
when it's looking good, is it looking really good?
It's looking quite good, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's huge. Plus, faveN and blindfolded are great individual players, and then we see JDC have, you know, good performances here and there too. And I think that was the real engine of that comeback in the last stage, right? Was faveN in that CT side, or that second half rather, with faveN, and they were with JDC, and it was just incredible the way they were able to outperform and really get into the server when they locked in. But I think there's times where we've looked at it and we've seen kind of the criticisms that blindfolded has had throughout his career. I think we noticed some of those rounds coming back earlier on in this stage, and you're wondering, okay, is this the point where Big fall apart? But somehow they pull themselves together just in time.
Yeah, been very impressive. Deep utility. Kenzazor, NPL, gonna eat tons of damage. Spam down through the smoke at a blind angle. blindfolded has a trade. The attack is forced back. Bait try and brute force their way in towards middle. They spend a lot of utility to get it done, and they get shoved back immediately.
Yeah, MPL also taking so much damage on board, 28 health.
Look at the utility with both teams in the minute and 25 seconds left. 2 flashes and a Molotov carried by Big. An HE grenade, a flash, and a smoke carried by Bait.
And this highlights how important that mid-fight is here on Ancient.
Yeah, I think this is obviously going to slow down. We're going to see some contact movements from Bait as they try and move back into the middle of the map, a little bit delayed, hoping that Big has relinquished their presence here.
Well, you see Grix is going to be jump spotting into middle, but he's going to be smoked out at Red now, so that information flow is gone. But as he's doing this, his teammates are flowing into A main, and they're going for an aggressive play around the back.
Yeah, he's actually okay with and doesn't really care that that information has been taken from him. He doesn't want to die in that position to give time to tappsN to make this move, but he's walking right into the crosshair. NPL fell asleep at the wheel. So tappsN going to keep pushing. blindfolded says, all right, if they think that's the A defender who's pushing, they might try and come back towards Donut. So blindfolded is going to stick around in main, and so is tappsN.
Oh, they're coming back. And
oh, they are steps ahead.
30 seconds left. Bait still clearing out middle. Trying to be quiet about this, but they realize with the limited time, they have to come back, and you're going to hear all those steps if you're in A main. There's 2 players here.
And blindfolded should bait here. Let tappsN go out and make his presence known and die, and you follow it up.
And well, tappsN going out, and now blindfolded to profit from his death. He'll take both. Sizzy and Alex both gone, and that's the round falling away for bait.
Perfectly played. Perfect timing, perfect spacing for blameF to slot out, grab his third kill, stop the plant. Third round for Big on the board, 3-0.
Let's fucking go, man, everyone. Sick, guys.
All right, yeah, Tabson, building up into it. Essential's able to bring an AK-47 to the next round. $0 in the bank due to no bonus money for surviving.
Yeah, well, speaking of Essential, we heard Stiko talking about how important this map is going to be for Bait's chances in the series on Ancient. Well, this is a map that it's almost synonymous with Bait when you think about them. You almost immediately think about this green map.
Yeah, so some of their best wins and some of their more impressive runs have always included, you know, a nice win on this map entirely. So it makes complete sense for them to take it here.
Well, Tech9s and that one AK you mentioned. Let's see if they can get anything with it. Is Bait gather at the bottom of the B ramp. Look at this play from JDC. Oh, taps and tapped away. Now you need faveN to step up. He's only got one. Blinded, taken down. JDC, that's the bomb. He's got it. Bomb down. Disaster strikes for Bait. They've got to go back.
And he's got a smoke. He's got a Molotov as well. They can delay this forever. But his teammates are going to be in the awkward position of having to survive knowing the bomb is down. Grix is on his own.
Ooh. blameF, this is an important fight for Kenzie Soren. He's got the headshot. blameF steps into the open, and now more pressure on JDC as he's suddenly the solo defender of that bomb. They're coming towards him. The AK can't get anything, and now Grix, no! Collateral, he's got the read! Grix, what a round! What a start!
Saves the day. How did he know? He was so ready. Didn't even consider another option. The double up on the ramp because that round fell apart for Big. JDC gave him a chance to win it, protecting the bomb, but everyone else falls down around it. This kill and then the turn. Yeah, that'll get the boys hyped up.
Oh, everything's going right now for Big to kick things off. They've come out with some energy and they've got the plays to back it up. It's adding fuel to the fire. And you're going to see Bait now try and get in towards this A site. There's no one home right now for the CT defenses.
There's different emotional engine on both of these teams, isn't there? Big is focused on getting fired up and hyped up for everything that goes their way. Bait remaining stoic, calm, and just waiting for their moment to get back in.
Whoa, they're coming into the A play. Big know what's up. Ooh, missed shot from Grix. Hero in the last round, 0 in this one. Kenzazor at least getting that opening and getting that bomb planted. Bait have to stick the landing on this one. A 5v4 post plant.
Yeah, and how do you get back in? Are you actually going to go for this if you're Big, or do you just want to relinquish it? A follow-up smoke over towards CT is going to take a lot of time off the clock. There's 2 kits in play. There's plenty of utility, and you can go for a frag here to see if you can equalize things before committing.
Look at the money, though, right? That's the risk. You throw yourself at this, you concede. Money's in a tough spot. You got Kenzie's over the headshot, and now you're going to try and bail out unless faveN's got a second. He does. And so that reopens the conversation again, but time really ticking. Fuse is very short. Big sent everything they've got back into it, and Bait will hold on.
That's a lot of weapons lost for Big. That's going to hurt their economy very, very much. They never really even considered saving in that 4-on-5. Always wanted to make a go out of it, but couldn't find the kill to really give them any safety to move forward. So money's a problem now going into round 6.
I think there was almost a chance they could have saved them. faveN gets 2, and you almost, all right, well, all of a sudden we do kind of have to go for this.
Yeah, at a certain point, you're kind of committed, right? Like, even if the calm comes out, you know everyone's mentally committed to pushing forward and trying to get to that bomb. So limited on nades, limited on weaponry. Big, this is an issue, but nades drop at the feet. It softens him up for JDC and faveN.
Yeah.
And now one more, a third kill in mid.
Stuck in the mud as well, right? Those nades slow them down and make them easy pickings for Big, even with the weaker weapons. It looked like MPL was going to have the up on them for those early fights, but an incredibly important round for Big to survive in here because you've seen that money got reset. They were down to a weak buy.
Now it's about sitting here in a 4-on-2 and saying, how do we win this round? Where do we position ourselves to where we don't have to lose too many weapons? They want to win and secure extra money moving forward. So once again, the call is for Tabson and blameF to push out of the A bomb site, start wrapping towards middle. Bomb is on its own over towards Red Room in the hands of Sizzy, Essential, and Jaguar.
Waits in the Red Room, undetected so far as Sizzy.
Ooh.
Tabson didn't spot him. blameF doesn't see him. Grix has got the kill on Essential, though. So it's Sizzy now in red, who must go on his own.
I mean, there's no way for him to know the A bomb site is completely clear, otherwise he'd be booking it. But in this situation, do you go challenge and see if you can just get a bomb plant and you're amazed when it's clear? Or do you just try and save the op for 30 seconds?
Oh, he's going back the wrong side here. faveN's going to step into the open, spots the AWP, but Now says he holds on. Scope is good for one. Taking half health now, 25 seconds, and tabseN will drop him. So that round goes nowhere for bait. And again, another point from Stig on the desk was the talk of mentality when it comes into a game like this. You know, bait can sometimes be very quiet. They don't have a coach to lean on in these timeouts to get them back into it mentally. And you've got a big who had the better start. They're obviously coming out with a lot of energy. They've had the better individual play so far. This is where if you're bait and you realize how important this map is, this is a true test of your mentality early on in the game.
Yeah, and also don't underestimate sitting at home, the effect that can have on you. A giant team, you know, with giant-ass tabseN screaming every time they win a round right at you, right across the room, that in a room that's otherwise dead silent. Just reminding you each and every time that you drop the ball in this round, and they're creeping a little bit closer.
Think about the youth as well on bait. One of the youngest teams in Counter-Strike, who's 16 years old, playing at the Major. And the pressure of an elimination game, and you're down 5-1 to kick things off.
Keeping everyone focused. Composure slipping on the other side. 1-5 from the bait perspective. Everyone headed towards the B bomb site. Oh, inside the Molotov, Sizzy drills it.
Yeah, stylish opener there from Sizzy. Can't really go anywhere with it just yet.
Nah, but you know it's going to spread the defense out, so this is the right call. Back off and spread around the map. Now you have a chance to play for things. Still very far away from a victory, but you have a hero AK-47 on NPL who has armor. You got 2 deagles and a little bit of utility. So see if the fact that you get this opening kill creates an opening, a weakness in the defense that you can exploit. They keep marching in this direction. Eventually, they'll run into the AWP of Grix, who has not moved from his perch at Big Box. JDC playing towards the entrance of Donut. tabseN spotting for middle, so JDC doesn't have to be concerned about getting flanked.
Grix waits at the big box. There's the first peek. Nails it onto Sizzy. The rest of the onslaught of players coming through, but JDC's got nothing, so you rely on Grix again. What a deliverance from Grix. That's a great headshot on the USP brought out.
Look at the flank, though, in middle. This is going to slow. Alex, is he getting time to play?
Ooh.
They're going to back off and go to the other side of the map. tabseN hears these footsteps running, so blameF is already on the move as well. tabseN going to try and cut this off at heaven. The bomb has to go a long way on its own, and he's going to have to risk the fight against tabseN from the jump up.
tabseN now arriving towards heaven. Crosshair in position. NPL makes that walk, and he will win the challenge. So it falls to blameF. 1v2. Alex and NPL half health each.
And blameF doesn't want to mess with the fact that there's a smoke up on his cross to the bomb site. If he waits behind it, they know exactly where he's coming from. So taking the moment, the opportunity to slide back around and come for the flank, where his teammate had just fallen.
Oh, he's not going for it.
He's going to relinquish the clutch.
And he went for a kit pickup, and then doesn't put himself in a position to go for the retake and go for the clutch. So going to hang on to the M4.
I'm imagining, like someone, I feel like that's a clutch you would go for, but I feel like maybe the call within the big side of things is, okay, you've got a little bit of money, you're going to get more, you can drop an M4 over, we can have a buy, and it looks like, I would imagine next round we're going to get a force out of big. So throwing the nade to bring the exits back to his direction at CT spawn. He's got one dinked up, now a second, and that's a pretty critical, okay, well, he's going to go down.
Yeah, he dies. He takes enough damage to die and go off with a bomb there, blameF.
And do you want to buy up now that he's gone down, now that you can't drop a second M4? Does that change the plan of Big heading into this round? They haven't called a timeout yet.
Grix doing what he can here to hold on. He gets 3 kills when his right foot goes down there, when JDC misfires completely.
Misfires, and I think Grix also threw a very deep Molotov, so they run through just barely any of it. So when JDC's fighting, they're not actually burning at the same time. Oh, the spot from the AWP and the spam through the boards. faveN down first again early. Exactly what you don't want to have happen if you're Big, because your economy rides on this round as well. You've shoved all in, taken a big risk with the investment in round 8.
Kenzazora heads out of elbow. blameF gonna take 1 kill back. Sticking around, wants to fight towards heaven, can only manage the 1. And so this round is not going to be picked up by Big. No real threat just yet.
Oh, Damn.
Okay, Grix, a little tap out with an AK-47 he's found, and you've got a 5-7 waiting on that B site. Where do Bait decide to go?
Yeah, it makes things a little bit interesting, isn't it, as they've lost track of this AK-47 from Grix. Just a quick little one-tap. Grips goes and checks the A bomb site, sees nobody home. Tabson still on his lonesome with this 5-7. He's got to find a way to be impactful. Got to get into at least the safety from Cave from B ramp. But both defenders are static, so they'll have no chance to work together. Someone is going to have to be the hero.
Tabson knows they're now arriving towards his site. And responsibility lies upon his shoulders to deliver anything in the round. As Essential steps into the open, though, the AK-47 is too much for the 5-7 to handle.
Nice job from Essential. That's the only part of the map that was going to be dangerous at all to them at that B bomb site. So Grix now sliding over, but he also, I think, just wants to maintain this AK-47 under his control. So a third round for Bait. Started slow, but after a timeout, they've calmed things down, had a little bit of conversation. And Sans coach, they found some winning moves in these last 2 rounds.
I think it's great to see that from Bait as well, that they didn't just go into free fall with all the early success Big were picking up. Grix is going to be sitting here waiting for that cross and see if he can get a couple more exits. He will pick up an extra kill before going down, and Money still not in a good spot at all for Big. So Bait should be closing this gap to just 1 round.
Yeah, they should be all good. Going to be a save here for Big. Sizzy was able to bring the op forward. The bomb blast doesn't take him out. Here's how it opened. Back-to-back rounds. faveN goes down first. Back-to-back rounds. Big has to play a 4v5 from the CT side.
A shot.
Бля, я просто маму ебал, блядь, мразота ебана, блядь, что ты сдох, пидорас.
A little frustrated.
I don't know.
Know a few of those words.
Oh, yeah? I don't know any of them. I thought he was talking about ice cream.
Yeah. Sizzy. This could be a nice little round for some ecos as they run down the ramp. Respect to Big. You know, getting that one over and done with. Get us in the real round.
Respect. Thanks, guys. Oh. Boom. Look at the technology.
It's nice, isn't it? I wasn't as satisfied as I was expecting. There's no like big animation, you know. Like, oh,
Sure, you want like the screen to brighten up?
I want fireworks and you hit the timeout button.
That's fair. I don't mind. A little bit of a confetti effect goes a long way. Timeout from Big. They've lost 3 in a row. 2 of them by picks at the B bomb site to start. Both of them on faveN. One with a deagle, one with spam through the boards. And outside of those rounds, Big has had no issues containing Bait. It's the rounds they're playing 4v5 where they're having a man disadvantage so early that they're finding a tough time containing this Bait attack. So the conversation surely has to be, how do we want to open up these rounds? Bait themselves have gone away from putting heavy pressure towards elbow and middle at the start, which is where Big was getting some advantages during that 5-round run they had to open up the map.
blindfolded all the way down middle. It's going to be MPL caught. blindfolded's got both of the early kills in mid. Alex is next up, but could be to the chopping block. You've seen blindfolded back away. You're going to be very happy with that start of your Bait. You've got 2 of the kills, and you've got back to safety.
I just mentioned every time Bait's gone like elbow, that this is where Big has been able to grab a kill, at least have a trade, maybe a couple kills, get huge advantages. Bait hasn't had any success, so as soon as they return back to it, they're thinking, all right, we've established some success elsewhere on the extremities, picked a player off at the B bomb site, maybe we won't have as much defense in middle to deal with. Dead wrong. blindfolded a double kill and a second smoke to block their access to Donut.
blindfolded for another one. Starting to become notorious in the big jersey. He's got himself a 3rd kill, holding on to the Donut. You've got Sizzy striking on towards JDC. The low HP finished off by blindfolded. And he's killed everybody so far, so the round is dead. Essential has to back away. And that'll be 6-4. Big back to winning ways.
Yeah, making sure they maintain that lead. 33 seconds for Essential to save this AK-47. He's got 4,400 in the bank. Bait's going to have no problem buying in the next round. They themselves will start having some financial issues afterwards, though. And what good control. Again, this double nade that's coming deep, running through the Molotovs as well. Bait just can't get past it.
Well, BlameF's loving the fact that most of his opponents didn't even see him that round.
I mean, I have to imagine the last 2 rounds of play, I have to imagine we're not seeing Bait challenge in middle whatsoever. I don't think we're going to see any of those kind of fast moves towards elbow. They just haven't been successful and time to go away from it.
When the rounds are so crucial to your map success now in your last couple left in the half, that mid-fight just feels like such a 50-50 gamble. And with the way things are going, it's been leaning more on that big department.
Yeah, definitely in this game, but you got to remember too, like Bait, this is a map they've loved, and we've watched plenty of games ourselves, and we've casted plenty of games where they're running out mid and they're just killing everything. So I mean, you still kind of feel like that eventuality is going to come, but Big's been able, they've done a great job in mid just shutting down this portion of the attack.
Well, we're going to show some presence, so Kenzizor goes out, tries to block them earlier, some utility, but it's heavy towards B.
And back to the B bomb site for Bait, where they've gotten their opening picks.
And where they've also tasted that AWP of Griggs.
No one's watching for this, they're already up, they're already up.
faveN, he's got his crosshair up, but he can't get a kill. It has to be Griggs to respond, but he has to back away. He can't stick around and plant his feet for a multi-kill, but the bomb hasn't made it across, but it's the utility that puts Griggs in a tough spot. tabseN tries to deliver, and he just gets the one from Cave. So JDC arrives and takes a while, but gets that kill. So Essential goes out, and he gets a taste of the JDC medicine. So the 7th round for Big. The CT side continues to tick upwards. And Bait, that frustration creeping back in.
Yeah, but I think if you're Bait, you probably go back to this B-bomb site, don't you? This feels like the place where you found the most success. You've been able to apply the most pressure. I could hear someone apologizing on the Big side in the post-game during the celebration. I'm assuming that's some kind of apology between faveN and between Grix with the AWP. They were changing positions, so faveN took his eyes off of the ramp. Grix wasn't in position, which is how faveN gets killed by that play. So I think a little bit of apology on the miscommunication of who exactly was watching for what scaling.
Well, look at this by Bait coming to the last shot of the half, and they've got a MAC-10, a Tech-9, 2 MAC-10s, in fact, AWP at least for Sizzy, and an AK-47 for Essential. And they're not going towards B. They start with heavy numbers at the A side of the map. Mid-control established for Big. Pressure being put on that elbow.
Bait like hearing that much utility pop off in middle as well as they walk in towards main, because that's exactly what they're saying is, okay, well, they've got forces in middle again. We've got a timing here. They haven't hit it. Grix is going to slide over. Sizzy holding for a peek at Big Box, but last time we saw Grix defending this, he didn't give him that peek at all.
No, he was able to deliver a 3K. Looking for some similar success. Sees the Shadow against the wall, goes for the flick. Not accurate enough. Shadow still cast against that wall. No kills from Grix. Moves out, forced into the open by utility. Missed shot after missed shot. But tabseN and blindfolded have arrived early enough to shut this down. It is Big that are starting to believe. An 8-4 lead versus Bait on Ancient. This is looking good for the Germans. They have a massive advantage going into the second half.
Oh wow, there's the first bomb frag. Hiko gets a double. There's still 2 players left. They got no health on them. 13 and 3. Oh my goodness, how does he do this? How does Hiko do it again?
Well, the German crowd just arrives for stage 3 in just a couple of days, and how cool would it be for them to get a look at Big playing in front of them here for the Major. Up 8-4 at the half of this opening map in the series. Win or go home between Big and Bait. And all the advantages over to the German organization's side as they switch over into offense and look to overrun Bait to take this first map.
Yeah, they came out with a strong mentality. tabseN started the day on the right side of the bed, and they've obviously started Ancient on the right side as well. They were just looking so strong.
Also, zip some water. Okay,
Yeah.
always. And Fabi is watching and he will be very happy if he sees this.
And Joseph as well, let's hide our heads now, okay?
He's watching, he's listening. I'm sure he's very pleased, tabseN. I'm sure he's very, very proud of you.
Staying hydrated and focused for the second half as Big now up 8-4. Pistol round will take him in an incredible direction. They're faking out this B bomb, so it's so much utility on tabseN. 2 players moving up, but it's 3 players for Big, ready to go into A.
Yeah, but I think this isn't going to sell the fake. In fact, it's going to give it away, the fact that there's no bomb plan at the moment. And now the B defenders are saying, wait, it's all clear. So now they know, but they've moved up in middle. Sissy gets one over at the A bomb site. There's the dualies in middle, and this round has gone to hell.
Yeah, well, Sissy does so well up from Donut. 2 headshots. blindfolded can't even get the plant because they've arrived in the rotation. So in theory, that round looks cool, but in the end, it just falls flat in their face. So JDC has to come in and improvise. His teammate goes down inside of the site, and now they know where JDC is. So into the temple he goes. And here's those steps out. Gonna try and track Essential, but he's gonna clock the idea that JDC is
Saw the shadow.
Yeah, I've seen him now. So JDC creeps out. Everybody's looking at him. Good luck, JDC. And immediately, Kenzor knocks his head off his shoulders.
Yeah, I think Bait needed to call that tactic off when the B defenders were in the bomb site, or the B attackers were in the bomb site, 2 of them, and they realized that nobody was home and that the defense was playing it so passively. That should be the alarm bell saying there's a massive CT bodies elsewhere that we don't know about. This fake was never going to work.
Yeah, Sissy deals so well. Like, if he goes down here...
It's because he never had to consider rotating. You know, like, again, that fake has no commitment to it. There's no players. There's no bomb plant through all of it, through the Molotov. There's no footsteps or anything like that, so he just never budged.
Well, no bomb plan is a big issue because you don't get a strong force buy if you're Big.
Bait doesn't even have a coach, and Big's making decisions for their performance coach. Big's got like 3 coaches.
Yeah, that's true. Getting pressured into some water sipping. Suzy, they're about to arrive right in front of you. You got to get your gun out. No time to drop utility. In fact, he's overwhelmed. Rifle comes in for the cleanup, and Kenzor on the spray away. MPL comes in to take that final. And it's 6 rounds for Bait. They've actually brought this back. 2 rounds, the gap. Big going to be investing into the AK-47s.
Yeah, that gap closed real quick. Now, in the first half, whenever Bait kind of creeped close on the scoreboard, Big was able to extend it. But they have that tough task now of attacking into this Bait defense. Sizzy's got the AWP as well.
I am fucking here to win with you guys,
Yeah,
man. We are
man,
writing
fine.
again history, man. This is what I'm looking forward with you guys, man. This is magic. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Let's fucking go, bro. Well said.
Well, hoping that his words can hypnotize them over on BIG. We'll see if that's the case. Right now, a great start of the round. Kenzor low in HP and MPL as well.
Maybe I'm envisioning a world where Bait switched sides. It's like, at least we don't have to deal with nades in middle anymore. And they just caught all of them from the defensive side. Kenzie brought solo as the solo A defender. 8 HP. And PL brought down to about half HP by the utility of Big, so very nice opening. Unconfirmed damage on Bait's defense. And they're going to swap out the low HP Kenzor for the AWP of Sizzy. And this is exactly where Big is traversing at the moment. They've dropped utility for the A exec. And 4 players going to be joining up in A main with blindfolded providing that support. NPL is going to slide over for Bait on the defense from middle. It's all on the AWP initially, though.
Sizzy overwhelmed. And that young AWP not doing much at all. MPL at least getting 1 on that spam through the CT smoke. They make it in. Bomb going to be planted now to create a fortress around it to try and defend against these Bait players who are still a long way off. MPL misses out on the chance to grab tabseN.
Does have utility. Tabson's in a weird place now. Doesn't want to back up too far. Now he has to because of the flames.
Moving up. faveN looks at Temple, MPL's out, missing shots, not known to be an optimist of faveN.
Look at the flank from A-Main.
Yeah, Essential now coming through CT as well. He's pulling attention. Alex gets caught. Good turn from blindfolded. And that should hold on. And that should be strong enough as blindfolded is defending it from main. They can't get out of the Temple. Time's gone. JDC comes in to clean up, and Big will celebrate a 9th round victory, getting into that A site and holding on.
Yeah, nice break-in. A little bit chaotic for Bait as they're switching positions. The missed op shot from Sizzy, though, thinking they're going to go a little bit wider. JDC tracks him down. That's a very, very important kill to come hustle and get this one before Sizzy's got another chance at it.
Oh, that turn as well. Just blindfolded. We'll check off to the side, reacting quick enough. Then he denies the exit from Temple as well.
Nice one.
An important round here for Bait. They're buying up. I don't know if Big realize it. They've bought everything as well. They're coming right at this. 3 defenders here. faveN's run a huge route. Behind this lurk smoke, are they aware?
The calm before the storm. Quicks right through it. Alex taken down through smoke. faveN's all the way up in the side. Essential.
He
never knew about it. Even when the shots were coming in, Essential doesn't look in the right direction.
Oh, damn.
And Quicks reacts faster than MPL. It looks like it was about to be a bloodbath inside of the site, but Big do not lose a single player.
Cool tactic, though. The lurk smoke to sneak faveN in, and Bait's calling an execute, but they're seeing nobody. They're feeling nobody. There's feeling no presence. And then all of a sudden it all erupts. A kill through the smoke by the op, and faveN springs. You're not getting away if you're Sizzy.
No. JDC's heard the step. He wraps around the back, even goes to fight on at Kenzig's, but hang on to the rifle with that kill.
Look at the money for Bait. Look at the consequences of this round loss. What are you supposed to do moving forward? Holding on to this M4 is critical. Might be the only rifle you've got moving forward. Big have this map under control. They've got cash, they've got a 4-round lead, they're playing well as a team, as individuals, and they're 3 rounds away from stealing Bait's map pick. And what's so nice about this, like, one moment of the game, if you're from the Big perspective, is you don't really have to descend too much into like the fancy tactics and strategies of the playbook. You know you have all the advantages in terms of weaponry. You know you have all the advantages in terms of economy, in terms of what you can bring into fight. So you can let the individuals play a little bit more. You can be a little bit loose with things. Not everything has to be down to the detail in these rounds. And you can tell because they're just doing back-to-back fast, aggressive plays towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, no one home. Not a single player defending the B site. Big have taken over. The bomb going to be planted. Big can do nothing about it. And even that rifle getting taken down without even seeing an opponent. faveN with a MAC-10 could really punish. On the back, takes Essential away.
Yeah, nothing's being brought forward. Even the M4 hits the deck. Might have been one of the easier shots Grix has taken today. He's landed some pretty tough ones. We'll give him a pass.
He's had some great ones, but we are now looking at 11-6 and the last stand of Bait on a really important map for them in this series. It was said that really their chances in this series rest on Ancient. All right, now it looks like they stand no chance.
I can make this, boys. I have this round. But it's gonna be guys.
Well, we go into round 18. Op in the hands of Grix. 3 AK-47s. That MAC-10 is still in play for faveN. What's the call now? Very fast plays towards the B bomb site to open up the previous 2. Are you going to go do something like that again? Grix is going to take his up towards Jaguar. Almost had it. Almost there with the timing.
He's going to be blocked away by that smoke. Can't chase after it. And they take a pause. But once again, Big getting into these early B positions. Like, you've got the whole B lane. You've got players up at Jag.
Important thing isn't the position, it's that you forced out the utility this early on, right? That smoke came out from Cave immediately when the op challenged it. Now another smoke towards the top of B ramp really early on in the round. And you look at the nades of Bait, they don't have the utility to play a long, grindy round.
Grix moving closer to Cave. There's 2 players in here. Rifle going out first, spots the information. Grix, that's not a good fight for you on the op, so he doesn't really want to edge too far forward. He tries to isolate the 1v1 on the top box player. Some util going in, making it uncomfortable And in fact, Grix has died, so this cave fight is not gone the way Big would have hoped for. So good work from Bait, and they're sending everybody at this fight.
What the hell?
Everybody's having a go, and no one winning it for Big. It's like, all right, that was the objective of the round, I guess.
You know what? I don't really feel like doing anything. This is where we win or lose. Right here at this fight.
Don't take cave, we don't deserve the round win.
Let's do it 1 by 1, guys.
And it's JDC's turn. 21 HP. You want to have a go at trying to get the cave? Well, good luck. Kenzizo's got the flank at red, and he's got that kill. So, Bait needed that round win. Kind of offered up to them by Big's decisions, but they take it.
Certainly helps, and you never know if that 1 round win is going to be the one that like really establishes the CT side. How many times have we seen a team just win a single round and just lock the hell in for the rest of it?
Big did that.
Exactly. That's yeah, there we go. 3 players survive as well for Bait, so money just gets a little bit better. A little bit more secure beneath their investments. Lead is cut down to 4. First gun round victory for Bait in this second half. Tapsin and Big have got to just be leaning on the fact that they've played such a good game here so far, not letting it relinquish. But certainly now at this stage in the game, now that Bait have won a round, now that they've slowed things down and established themselves, planted their feet on the defensive side, now if you're Big, you want to start diving into the playbook a little bit. Now you go towards the more strategic rounds that you can move around the map because they've got the utility to match you.
Some A-main aggression from the CT side coming in. Look at this. faveN's making the same play he made earlier. It worked really well last time.
Yeah, but Essential was aware of it this time.
Is he? Oh, he's having a look. He's gonna get caught.
Oh, no
faveN just slipped away to safety behind the wall, had enough cover. Kenzizo's aggressive A-main play has got the information required and the 1 kill. But it's Sizzy who is now required to deliver here for Bait.
Again, though, Big, I think I need to rethink this because now there was an early warning system to this play towards the A-bomb site.
An important moment for this young sniper. Reacts, takes down JDC, steps up to the mark, and he might just go out again. faveN's moved in, nearly getting MPL, who was caught by the flash, backtracking towards CT. faveN moves forward, so does Sizzy, trying to get out, but he's stuck here, but he's still fighting, still fragging, and finally downed by Grix. Alex steps out towards CT, and he wins the all-important fight, but he's up against Grix. The 1v1. Lose this, your chances dwindle to win this map, but Grix has won it for Big. 12-7, map point on Ancient. And Big, that win is just around the corner.
Man, how good of a game is Grix having right now? 20 years old. This kid has been a beast. First major, 17-10 in this elimination match, and the Alpus hit some absolute blinders. He did know. He was aware, and that's the frustration. Laughing a little bit because that's how he got beat the first time, not realizing faveN had slid into it. This time he does a clear. He clears that corner, not realizing that faveN had slid behind the lip of the wall. Really cool play that Big has brought out here in this match twice now to great effect for 2 round wins.
They're going for the knockout blow on this map as well. Out middle with 3 players. The bomb going to be held back at the B doors for now, and blindfolded takes a heavy grenade to the head. But you've got Bait pushing down B. Essential and Alex have got decent positioning into the B lane. They've got Sizzy joining them. But Big are going to be aware of the fact that this has been open, and they're ready for the fate of those smokes. They're hunting these kills down, eliminating Bait players 1 by 1, and they will be taking map 1 of this series. Bait's map pick, their home turf here on Ancient. And it's gone against them without them even being close to double figures. A 13-7 victory for Big.
Such an impressive map from Big. They started out so strong, and you could see the determination in him immediately. Tapsin has got this team fired up and focused, and they're paused, ready and waiting for any final push. 50 seconds left on the clock. Grix does have the bomb, so he can be trapped, but with low HP, JDC is going to start exploring the map.
Grix's first run with a professional team wasn't successful, so Big believed in them. He gave them a chance, and now he's paying them back. A 13-7 win on the opening map. Fantastic showing from Big. They are looking locked in, and they are looking for that Stage 3 appearance.
Good mood overcoming some of the issues that they face, and obviously with those kind of vibes, nice and easy to kind of soar your way to a map victory on Ancient when you start heating up into things. They've done a lot of the hard work upsetting Bait on that opening map. Bait's map pick. Now you come to Overpass where you wanted to take it, and it feels like it's all yours from here.
Well, FaveZ went up for that Hail Mary run to try and qualify for the Major, and the team that stopped them from getting to the Major was Big back in Belgrade. They won that series 2-1 in the final. They qualified here to the Major, and now...
Breaking hearts before the Major even started.
Exactly, and now looking to try and get into stage 3. Overpass kicks off. You've got Sizzy all the way down towards Divider, and he's going to pick up that early information and fall away.
Yeah, Big's map pick here on Overpass, so they're going to start on the T side, which we know can be an issue. We've seen many a T side stall out, fall flat, and have zero impact here on Overpass. So the first obstacle for Big is getting this offense cruising. Everyone's lining up outside the B bomb site. Smoke towards heaven. Rotation is underway for the CT side as well, so it's all down to the kills now. First for Kenzazor and Alex.
Yeah, first couple of kills are great. JDC and faveN both removed. blameF's going to go and fight on and not give this pistol round up. Grix is still alive. He's trying to fight towards that heaven pick, but Sizzy at long range, not even going to be finished off, just dodging, ducking and weaving those bullets, and Bait do find the pistol here in Overpass.
Yeah, Bait rotated so quick. They had everyone here ready to party very fast before anyone from Big was even pressuring into the bomb site itself. Really good defensive stand for Bait to get the pistol and started out the right way on the CT side, trying to recover in this series. Lovely shot from Kenzazor. Alex chimed in as well over from the ramp. And Big just couldn't find the kills to secure themselves any kind of safety for a plant or any kind of safety to try and snatch the round away. So it's Eagle on blameF and Glocks otherwise.
Yep, should be a second round in a row here for Bait, which is so important for them. As you mentioned, getting a good start here on this map is going to mean everything, because overall Ancient missing out on a good start really cost him. It felt like you got so much energy built up early on for Big. You had a clutch moment in the 4th round where Grix gets the collateral 1v3. Yeah, there was a lot of things going right for Big in the early stages.
For a team without a coach and a team that kind of just got beat up on the first map as well, for them, the hot start is just so critical. It's so important. Converting this, we'll see what the first gun rounds look like, but I mean, if you can really start to bury this T side and replenish that confidence, it won't be the calm, composed team we saw on Ancient. They'll get some celebration of their own going. They never really had a chance to pop off in the first map because they never got close to overtaking anything. 2-0, and the rifles come in for Big. 2 Galils, 3 AK-47s, plenty of nades. AWP is going to be out in the hands of Sizzy for Bait's defense. The scariest thing on the map for Big's attack.
Yeah, literally some hit or miss situations for Sizzy on that last map. Some great shots, but towards the end of the game, missed an important one on the A box. More pressure on his shoulders again here. Is CT side AWPing on Overpass. Most important roles you can play. He's got no rival on the other side at the moment. He's going to start falling back towards the A side early on with that AWP. And we'll see Big start scaling up past the fountain. Just taking the time.
Yeah, they've gotten into like the first step territory, right? Tapson at the squeak door, JDC up at Picnic, but not really moving past this at the moment, seeing if they're going to get any kind of a reaction. And Bait don't want to give them that reaction because they're still working with some MP9s. Good push from NPL. That's exactly what they were looking for, but at the wrong moment. Now you have 43 seconds left on the clock. You've got 3 players, and you've got the entire map to figure out.
And you lost the bomb on that push as well, so that bomb goes down at fountain. So you're not recovering this if you're Big. It's been a non-starter. This round literally went nowhere. So that was the first gun round. Is just chalk that up as a loss, and Bait are going to be very happy about how this has started.
Yeah, but you're right in saying it went absolutely nowhere. It was not even necessarily that it went nowhere. It's that nothing was done to make it go anywhere, right? It was just kind of like everyone getting into a position and standing and chilling. And at 50 seconds, NPL's like, all right, I'll move. I'll be the one to make a play first.
Yeah, it's like, let's call default. And that was it.
And nothing else came. Yeah, a little bit awkward for Big. Good kill from NPL just as JDC turns the corner, not ready for the fight. Grabs a second one. Distraction with the smoke. Peeking with it. Just a beautiful round start to finish from NPL. Triple kill for him.
Now bringing that bomb all the way back over towards Fountain. Now Big will attempt to break forward, but you've got a rifle here and you've got Sizzy's AWP. Just doesn't seem all that likely that you're going to find too much success if you're Big getting anywhere near the bathrooms here. Let's warm Sizzy's AWP up. There's the first pick, JDC. He's gone, and a 5v4 now for Bait.
Yeah, looking a little bit sharper across the board for Bait than what we saw in Ancient. Still early going here on Overpass. Haven't seen Big really dig too deep into the playbook and throw anything too tricky at the defense. You have invested quite a bit. You want to get something out of this if you're Big. 2 kills at the very least. Take some money away. Missed shot from the AWP. Close up is NPL. He's only able to get the 1.
That's the nade to finish off Grix. Sizzy going back out again. Great to see this. 4K coming in from Sizzy, and you want him to come online as early as possible if you're Bait.
And nightmare scenario for Big, who's now looking at an Opper who's just kind of wrecked him with the quad kill on that round. And they're on the other side of the coin of saying, I hope he doesn't start to feel comfortable and settle into this, because the Op on this map can just be an absolute nuisance picking you apart as you move across it. First time out for Big to talk things over. 0-4 the scoreline that they're staring at. Gonna have another buy coming in with rifles. 1 Galil on blaiMF. Haven't really seen him do a whole lot quite yet. An attempted B exec on the pistol round that went sideways. First gun round had nothing to it. Now we'll see if they can find an opportunity to scale up towards these bomb sites and cause some issues for Bait's defense. Sizzy doing a good job with the AWP, standing his ground. We didn't really have to see Big's offense back on Ancient whatsoever. It didn't really have to build into anything. They kind of had all the advantages and just kind of got to run them over to close out the map. Here on Overpass, they're going to have to play a grindy style now, down 0-4.
And JDC off the mark. But here comes NPL trying to get aggressive, trying to get into his face, and JDC will send out a headshot.
Seems like that was a conversation and a philosophy change that Bait wanted to have between the maps. Now we've seen NPL aggressive a number of times to open up this half, so wanting to be a little bit more in their face, wanting to be a little bit more disruptive, and Sizzy's in a great position for it. Can peek out at will with impunity.
He's been over towards A the whole start of this game, but now he's in the right place at the right time. Here's the push forward. JDC picked up, but he got stuck. Oh, he ran straight into the board, so he's only got the 1. His teammates needs to step up now instead. And Essential comes out with the AK, but a blinded situation for him. He only gets the 1. Alex comes off short, and Grix tries that as well. So it's Kenzie flawless so far. 6-0 start, and he slipped into this position probably earlier than they expect. So he comes up around the back, and the element of surprise, it's enough! Kenzie comes in, saves the day for Bait. A quick reposition, and he arrives way earlier than Big would anticipate.
Yeah, they never spotted him drop out of heaven, but the only reason he's able to make that play is due to the fact his teammates provide so much resistance. This is a lovely kill from JDC, even coming unblind. This is unfortunate, getting caught on the wall. That's the first kill, but look at the follow-up 2 players. One at Toxic Barrels gets a kill. One with the MP7 at boards, or MP9 at boards, gets a kill. And because of all of that, Kenzie is able to drop down with the distraction. And a very different environment inside the studio between rounds as well. No more do we have Tapson's voice ringing out. No more do we hear the cheers out of Big. It's quiet.
Everything was going right for them at the start of Ancient. Now nothing is going right for them at the start of Overpass. They're the ones in the 5-0 hole, and they have to try and come back into this, and they lose the opening kill from a boost. Feels like Bait are starting to hit a bit of a flow state on the CT side.
Well, you know, all the conversation around, you know, the map pool and, you know, the lack of a coach and everything like that. I'd say, you know, even before this series, I would have mentioned I felt like, you know, individually, I'd give the edge over to the Bait side of things, top to bottom. We didn't get to see any of that back on Ancient. You're starting to see a bit of it here on Overpass. Another good win for NPL. 8-3 start for him. 8-0 for Kenzie. 6-1 for Sizzy.
blaiMF in behind. Oh!
What the hell?
He still gets it, but yeah, strange quick switch there for blaiMF. I don't know what happened there, but he's managed to pull it off.
As long as you still get it.
You don't tilt if you still get it. Get a little bit frustrated with yourself if you die that. 50 seconds on the clock. Re-smoke coming in.
It's a rifle pass over to Grix as well. So going to smoke off Monster, say they're more than happy to take any engagement that comes off towards sandbags, towards short. Big given this round a lot of breathing room, a lot of silence to make it feel like they're moving across this gigantic map. Essential and Alex to defend, and they're going to defend at the point of attack.
Alex stops blame from getting out a monster. Your last hope is Grix, and that rifle's also gone. They do not get past into blue wall right now for this bait defense.
All right, now we get to see what Big's mentality has. We talked about it in the last map and coming into this one, how they all feel like this is the atmosphere and the environment is the best they've ever been in, and they've enjoyed working with each other and figuring out how to make this team work. Let's see if that stands true now that you're staring down 0-6, now that nothing's going your way and nothing feels like it's working. Yeah. Collectively, this team is going to have to find the solutions.
I mean, the core part of that energy and the positivity and the communication was tabseN, who started 0-6 as well. So frustrating start for tabseN, and that's obviously going to start slowing those comms down and his willingness to start celebrating and shouting.
Oh, for sure. He's waiting for that moment that gives it a reason to, but veteran presence, I don't think it's going to be any issue for him to snap back in once they, or if they can turn the corner. tabseN's joining up. Bomb on his back with blame and faveN outside of Monster. JDC and Grix to challenge out towards Long, but again, it's Sizzy. The opening fight, opening pick with the op. And with that Long presence, the defense starts shifting back, but now the step forward for Big comes through Monster.
And they're walking up, and Alex is just waiting here at the barrels. Oh, pulls utility. They're closer than just 1 second nade as well. Okay, just not ready for tabseN to be so far up. Essential trying to be sneaky and get into the same position, but there's tabseN finally arriving to the server. blame goes far too far forward. That's the bomb, and it's down in the pit now. This is a tough situation all of a sudden for Big, and they've kind of put themselves in it.
Yeah, should still be under control. tabseN gonna peek up. Blind hopper misses the chance, misses the shot. Oh, it's a catastrophe.
Oh, they can't catch a break, and Sizzy can't miss, apparently. JDC 1v2 required. And it cannot be overstated how important this clutch would be if he can pull this off. And oh, quick kill. Kenzie's all dead. Now it's Sizzy stepping out and rising to the occasion of the clutch. That is a 4K, a 10-1 start from the 16-year-old, and 7 rounds in a row for Baked.
That's crazy. Nothing's going Big's direction whatsoever. They even had all the advantages in that round. They had the defense shifting away from their point of attack. They had 2 defenders at the B bomb site, neither of which were keeping an eye on this walkout. They had no intention or no information on the scaling. You had a free opening kill, a really easy second kill into the bomb site. It's the aggression of trying to close out the rotation by pushing forward to the graffiti. By tabseN with the bomb, by blame who tried to follow it up.
And they're coming for a quick B play. Looking desperate already. Big with Tech 9's trying to get out, trying to get through. tabseN's killed his own teammate, but he has made up for it with a trade onto Alex. Waiting inside of water though. tabseN goes flying over the top to remove Essential. And they break into this B bomb site. They've got to hold it now.
Should be okay. The Nightmare is giving up 1 easy kill at this point before the bomb's even planted. JDC hasn't worked up the courage to slide into the bomb site just yet. 1 player gonna flank Monster from bait. Oof. Nade tickles tabseN.
Can't concede this one, Big. This would be mentally shattering. You're finally in. You got the bomb planted. A 4v3 post plant. Sizzy stuck at heaven. Uncomfortable. Trying to clear that with the AWP. Flash goes in. Kenzie saw it. Again, a great kill. Nearly reacts fast enough. MPL now triggers forward. Out of Monster. Kenzie scores. Got 1 more. And it's MPL in the 1v1 against blame who's right below him. And with that Tech 9, he looks to the sky. MPL couldn't figure out where he was. Looked confused. And finally, Big breakthrough.
Yeah, that was so close. I thought NPL was going to be able to win that, but the jump up onto the box. Couldn't figure out exactly where blame had went, made himself an easy target. A very tough win for Big, but they've got their first round off of B-Rush.
And the margins are so small again. Like, look how close Sizzy is to getting that kill on the site player with the AWP.
I mean, it's a really well-played round from Bait as well, trying to retake that with the flank coming in just as the players are starting to move from graffiti and heaven, dropping the flashes, taking a shot. That's when the flank activate. If it's maybe a little bit earlier to save the heaven player Sizzy with the AWP, might have actually come out on top of it. But that was a very much needed round for Big to get their first foothold here on the T side of Overpass. And they do it at a point where there's still time for them to recover this half.
Yeah, and back-to-back entry power as well from tabseN. He was the player that got the impact 2 rounds in a row there, the reason they were getting into the site. And this time actually able to make something of it. But now it's the Germans on the receiving end of a 7-1 scoreline.
Yeah, well, you've got another buy to break through if you're Big. Op still in the hands of Sizzy. You've got one now in the hands of Grix as well. He was excellent on Ancient. But NPL back to his disruptive ways.
Oh, he really is. Oh, Grix. He's not going to be able to handle that at all. NPL's gone forward. Even had help from his teammate. He didn't need it. He got both kills and peels away with his life.
Not the best positions to watch for that long push from, especially if you're Grix scoped up. Never even saw NPL swing out wide. And just when you have a chance to build up momentum, this is the worst feeling. 2 players die immediately, and your heart sinks.
Yeah, you gotta love the attitude though from bait, right? The disruptive confidence that they're showing.
It's an attitude that we didn't see on Ancient. It's I mean, and it's also, that's what prompted the Dust to kind of be talking about that whole thing of bait looking like they're kind of playing not to lose, not so much to come in and win the game and qualify. But here on Overpass, this looks like a bait team that's motivated to win. This is a team that came in and hated the way Ancient went and has done a complete 180 because now they're getting into fights. Now they're pushing into your face. Now they're trying to influence the way the map can play. A lot of it on the shoulders of NPL with all the pushes he's had towards Fountain and Long A. He set themselves up to have a hot start, and he's helping them to continue into the later stages of this half.
I mean, we'll always talk about the big comeback when they were 0-12 down, but we also have to talk about the other side of that, a team that were able to go 12-0 down, you know? Like,
sure.
They were in that position where they just spiraled out of control and were put against the wall. And the reason that's a historical run and the reason they were able to come back and everybody's talking about it is because that doesn't happen that often. So if you find yourself in that position again, especially in a game of this importance, well, how many times can you actually do that?
And also frustrating too if this is your map pick. Thinking about that, the map that you decided to go to last night or this morning, had a conversation how you want to play it, and you come in here and everything's gone the complete wrong direction. So 7 rounds back, and this round they'd love to forget about. It was pretty much over at 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the round. faveN's feet didn't even get to touch the head of his teammate before he died.
This is the buy that you have as well. faveN having to play with a Galil, so is JDC. Grix trying to sprint up short with his AWP. Trying to make it the battering ram that opens things up, but the AWP on the other side is waiting for him, and Sissy steps forward into the next fight. This time, he gets away. He doesn't run into the wall. faveN tries to make up for it. We've seen his AWPing on Ancient. Didn't do too much.
Oh, this is so desperate. This is so desperate in every single way, and you can just sense it. You can see by the fights they're selecting, the way they're stepping into Molotovs, trying to force the issue. Nothing's worked, and they've got no idea how to make it work.
Yeah, dire T side now for Big. 9-1.
This is a shocking turn of events from map 1 to map 2.
Oh, incredibly so. I mean, it felt like only one team mentally showed up to the series after Ancient, right? Like, Big came out swinging, such a great start, so much momentum and positivity coming out of the team. For all the reasons highlighted by our desk about why it's going to be tough for Bait to stay in it mentally, they have really risen to the occasion, using that break in between maps to reset, come back on their opponent's map pick, and be up 9-1 in the first half, and looking like they're even going to get more.
NPL in the middle of the map doesn't want to stick around too long, drops another Molotov to cover his escape. JDC at Fountain, Grix and tabseN over by Blue Door. faveN is going to be there as well. blindfolded outside the B bomb site. Lovely chip damage on a tabseN and Grix from the nade, and the spam was, it's right there. A little bit of extra damage.
Yeah, a little bit of extra damage always helps here for Bait. Just feeling like you're suffocated now, Big.
They wanted to show here that they're lined up outside the B bomb site, getting ready for an exec, right? Getting ready for a set piece, that these Tech-9s have kind of gotten close and are about to barrel their way in, and now they've evacuated to the other side of the map. But with that boost up, decent amount of information gained for Bait, so Kenzizor is already going to read the play and start shifting over to the A bomb site.
And you're going to be communicating to Sizzy to get ready for what is going to be an A play. And the flash is coming over the top. The AWPer scope pinned behind the dice box, and he goes out into the open. Another collateral, this time from Sizzy, showing us his AWPing skills are sensational. 4 picks up. There's the 8th for the young man. He's got all 5. 10-1 lead for Big.
And 16-2 for Sizzy.
Incredible.
He's just been absolutely dominant. This is disgusting. We said it right at the start, right when he was up at 5-0 with the AWP. He got like a triple kill towards the A bomb site. It's like, Look, on Overpass, that's the worst thing. You'd never want to see your opposing opper get the hot hand and start hitting these shots on both sides of dice boxes. Absolutely crazy performance out of the bait opper.
Incredible indeed. 10-1. I mean, what can you really say about this if you're big? I mean, all those positive vibes are out the window. You're getting absolutely wrecked. 16-2 from Sizzy. He's got a kill for every year he's been on the planet. MPL inside of Connector, he's dead. Has tabs and it's got rid of him, so at least an opening. But where can you really go for this? Sizzy's still waiting, he's still alive. You're still gonna deal with this threat. He's just got another one, spots his next victim. Come and challenge him. Deagle's out, he'll use that as well. Sizzy's unstoppable. Unrelenting. Could he do it? Could he get back-to-back aces? Well, Kenzie Saw is probably going to ruin that. He's got the rifle ready. JDC's coming out. Kenzie Saw is blinded, but he takes the right steps back. And that utility is going to cut off the vision of Sizzy. He breaks it open. And Big slowly limp their way out into the site. And Kenzie Saw around the backside. It's Alex who's got that kill. Alex has got both. 11-1. Big nowhere to be seen. They've gone missing. After being in the lead, after being in control, Big are nowhere to be seen.
on here, but look at the time! Look at the time, there's 7 seconds of got the bomb! They're trying to build pyramids, but there's no more play! Stewie's running around, we go to overtime!
We can still win this game, okay? We have done many comebacks before. It's really important. Just reset now. And we need to keep going on CT, okay?
Yeah.
We win the pistol and we get into the floor like we did against Energy, okay? And also we did it back then against a lot of other teams. We just need to keep believing. That's really important.
Yeah, we said also I will believe, so let's believe.
Yes, exactly. The game is not over until it's over, okay?
Very different vibes in the big camp than what we saw on map 1. It was all jubilation and celebration and joy. Now it's muted. It's a little bit quiet, and it's dreaming of that comeback they had just a few days back to get here into stage 2.
All those comebacks against all those teams, you know, like NRG and other teams. So we get into the second half, an 11-1 lead for Bait. Surely they can't let this go.
No, not with the way they're playing. I mean, the eye test is completely switched, where Big just kind of looked individually on a different level on Ancient. It's a completely different degree here on Overpass, where it feels like Bait players taking all the initiative, sharp shooting as well. Blame F gushed. Grix might have to fall back. This aggressive piece from the CT side hasn't panned out. 1 for 1 on Grix. At least there's that.
Four v 4. You got a push coming through Monster as well here for Big.
Yeah, but Bait's fallen right back into this push, and they might be able to catch Tapson all on his lonesome. Nope, he spotted one. He wants out.
Yeah, get out of there.
And it also, I mean, it's kind of weird. It kind of puts Bait into a weird situation where they're back at T-spawn. Like, essentially the round has just started for them in a 4-on-4. You have less than a minute left. Still a defensive smoke to deploy at Monster. Gonna be a tough pistol round.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough to see how Big get out of this one. They're gonna have to reposition. That smoke is enough to just tell them go somewhere else.
All right, boys, we're doing strat roulette. First, we go out to Fountain, get a kill. Then we fall back to the B bomb site, force out of smoke. Now we just run all the way back through Playground. 30 seconds left on the clock. They're turning the corner out at Long, out at the Big Rock. A lot of ways to go. A lot of ways to go, and not a lot of time to slow down.
It's gonna be very close. I guess you.
Wait, is all the defense at B? Blame F is the only way. He's coming back now.
Go back.
Oh, boy.
They've got a smoke as well. They can throw that out for the cross and just get onto the site. You have to plant it pretty soon. Like, they're just a couple of seconds here. Blame F's trying to stop them, but he's going to play passive. And the Essential one, the fight against JDC, was their biggest threat in terms of stopping that bomb plant. So Bait have actually done it. They found a way into the site. They've got a player advantage as well.
They might just be over. Kansas or taping down 3-on-3. Alex, NPL, and Essential to hold on to the post plant.
You better bank on NPL getting at least the kill here. He's gonna hold with that Glock. Not abiding by the
oh my god
rules on the wall, but he's got a headshot. Blame F coming through with a great headshot on NPL. They try and get out into the site. Alex swinging towards the dice box. You've got Blame F stepping up.
How?
Time is ticking. Defuse starting, and I don't know how he's done it, but Blame F marches in with a 3K and recovers a must-win pistol. It's down to the wire, and that defuse is just about taken.
He's meant to be the distraction with low HP. He's meant to go in and get killed so they can trade him off or grab a kill before being dropped himself. What a crazy turn of events to find the bomb site that wide open in a 4-on-3 after your plan A was taken away from you, plan B was taken away from you, plan C was taken away from you. You find a way to get a bomb plant and then you don't hit a shot after the fact. What a weird round. Big take the pistol, and that's the opening they were looking for.
Well, Tech 9's Mac 10. Gone for the 4 spot here a bit, and let's see where Bait decide to go with this one. Just quickly towards B, straight into water. Got a lot of spam damage towards NPL. 40 health left. You got 2 players in water and 3 outside of Monster at the time being. They can also join up short if they desire, but they've got utility and a lot of it to try and head into this B bomb site.
Sound cue from the Molotov as well. Underhanding a nade over the wall, chunking Essential down to 65. Bait still have not moved from these positions outside of the B bomb site. Start to finish, this round has always been a split towards the B bomb site. Nades rain in, and now the defense begins.
Yeah, Tapson just waiting down. We've got faveN who's out in the zone for the time being. But his teammates helping out and making this defense look very strong for Big. They do not break open. And Sizzy left with just his deagle. We'll get another kill. That's his 20th of the game, but his 4th death. An 11-3 lead, still for Bait, but Big winning the first couple.
Yeah, and they'll be okay with losing just 2 players in that round. Denied the bomb plants, pretty much mopped it up. No real danger of losing it whatsoever. So if you're Big trying to get started and mounting this this comeback from 110, or excuse me, 111.
Yeah.
You're looking at, you just at least got the start that you've wanted. Round by round we go, up against pistols with no armor.
They're going towards Alex, 12 HP. It's a beefy one. Ooh. Central one happy. Also 4 HP. Tapson was really close to taking that kill, but it's going to be faveN's role to do that, so big draw first blood. And this round is not going to pose a threat to the defense at all. Just about not dropping anybody if you're big. You're going to need as much money as you possibly can put together. That's why blaimeF is heading out there with the MP9. Get some extra cash on that SMG. You're going to see Bait start moving up, scaling past the bathrooms, and Grix is waiting at range with the rifle.
Oh. Well, we're still fine. We're still all good. JDC's okay. Well, we're still okay.
Moderately fine. The rifle's picked up.
It's kind of average at the moment. Tapson's here, though. Going to try and delay that bomb plan as long as possible, and the flank should even things up. Nice and easy.
Yeah, denial of the plan. So kenzieZora now has a clutch ahead of him. He has got a little bit of time, but Tapson's so ready for that move. So you try and walk through that smoke. Tapson's got it locked in.
Yeah, well prepared. It was the only move that kenzieZora really had at the end of the day, being flanked out. Knew he wasn't going to really have a great time picking up the bomb. So big, get the first 3 of the half and bring this to within 7.
Well, that AWP in the first half of Sizzy was sizzling. Right?
Yep.
But is it cooled down? That's the question. It's come out straight away here.
It's not even about being cooled down. It's just T-side AWPing on this map can be, you know, CT side AWPing on this. You just have so many angles you can grab on a retreat as well. If you play aggressive, there's like 10 angles you can grab as you fall back, and you know, depending on the situation you're in. T-side, you can have to have your teammates kind of set you up, flash the opposing AWPer off the angle, try and find him somewhere on the map. Your rifles need to create the space for that AWP to have impact.
Oh, kenzieZora, that timing is a nightmare. Pulls utility, and as soon as he does so, JDC just appears on a screen.
Can't be too upset about it. NPL was doing the very same thing to Big in the first half. That's why their CT side got started so strong.
Oh, look at Essential. Trying to pull this kill back, trying to reel it in. He's got up towards short. He's in behind the sandbag. Tapson got to peek him, gets that information. No reaction, nothing going the way of Bait. They even get caught by the flash as they try and move out Monster. It's a very strong defense for Big. It's a good look early in this half.
Yeah, really nice protocols on juggling that aggression and where it was coming from. And here's that AWP of Sizzy, as I mentioned, hasn't even been able to get involved just yet. No openings created by the AK-47s, the rifles, so Sizzy's got to back off to a deep angle with the AWP, and NPL still just making sure they're not getting flanked out. 34 seconds left on the clock, and I think this has just got to be a save for Bait. And Big's going to be loving that. Money growing for the CT side. Got a lot of cash beneath him now, and 5 rounds on the board. I'm amazed that Sizzy's dropped down here. I'm kind of surprised.
Get out of there.
I know Big doesn't want to lose a lot of weapons, but I feel like, you know, your AWPer kind of dropping into that position. Go take that away. If you see that as Big, he gets that kill on Grix. Go trade it off. Tapson's going to grab the CT side AWP. They'll be content to just get out of here with these 4 weapons. So the lead is just 6 now for Bait. 2 away from forcing a 3rd map. They're going to take their first time out and talk things over. No cause for panic just yet, but hopefully a timeout that can prevent Big from continuing to grow into this can reinvigorate Bait to put a stop to this defense just being so strong.
Just no one mentioned the NRG game. No one even acknowledged that it ever existed. No one watched it.
Except for us.
Yeah,
we can mention it.
Just on Bait. No one even acknowledged it.
Yeah, we all saw it. We all know what happened.
Timeout being burned. Let's see if it's enough to get them on the same page to squeeze out map points.
I think like around like this, it feels like Bait's going to pick up some armor and some upgraded pistols around the AWP and the AK-47 and play to buy in the next round. Frustration starting to grow. Few fights not going their way. Few surprises with the JDC push, with Tabson being so aggressive around boards, around the monster position.
Oh, that grenade is massive. 52 HP on Sizzy.
And backing away after the fact. Here's the op angle from Grix. The boost up on the stairs to try and peer around the corner, take out an op angle towards Divider, trying to keep yourself hidden from that front bathroom's peak. Grix is giving up angles as he goes, and JDC is kind of jump spotting out towards long, so there's no rifle to keep the space or keep the scaling towards Divider. Grix could be in trouble. Tough position for an inexperienced player, but he delivered for him on Ancient.
Grix steps out, Essential. The first victim of the round. And Grix going back into the open, but this time Sizzy stepping out and stepping up. It's Grix dead. Response is there. 45 seconds left.
Now that the op has been taken out, you can see two players from Bait reconvening out towards long, not having to go up against the op as they run this route. However, the defense is stacking up at the A bomb site. A third defender in Tapson arriving now over towards Bank. Doubled up at the truck.
And at least on that side of the bomb site, it's a fortress. But can they penetrate it? Bait trying to come forward from long. 25 seconds left. Good flashbang. Really solid second flash. Playmath goes out. JDC has the other. Alex sending a shot back, but Sizzy's dead. Alex in the open, and Playmath has him covered off. It's another round for Big. One at a time.
It's not necessarily going to get easier for Bait either. Sure, they have more money now so they can buy, but remember, 2 saved weapons on Sizzy and NPL a couple rounds back means they didn't get the bonus money, so now you won't have the op in Sizzy's hands. He's got to pick up a Galil. NPL only has 2,700. So you got a good buy for the Bait side of things, but it's not everything you would have hoped for. Well done from BlameF and JDC playing over towards the truck inside the bomb site. Round 18 is live. Lead cut to just 5 now, 11-6.
Kenzie Sword, that is more like it. Taking matters into his own hands, charging out middle, and taking 2 opening kills. BlameF trying to respond. He needs to respond. And Utility lands on top of his head, so he has to fall down.
And he has to continue making plays that can get his team back in the round. He cannot just retreat to the B bomb site and back away and just kind of play it safe. He's really the only player for Big in a position to make any kind of a move that can help them win in this disadvantaged situation. But he needs to gather information, or he needs to be in a position where he can flank very quickly and catch them off guard. For the moment, waiting to see if he's just going to get aggressed upon. And Bait is happy to leave him in that position as they work out towards long A. It's only Tapson.
Smoke fades in the bathrooms. He's got to worry about that, as well as his flank side and Essential. He's moving into the B bomb site right now for Bait.
If he doesn't find faveN, he might call them back.
So close with 35 seconds.
He sees nobody here, so he's saying they're stacked up at the A bomb site. They don't have the time, I don't think, to make it all the way, though.
No, they definitely don't. So it's got to be the A play right now for Bait. Essential is just trying to get a kill here, and he's actually spotted faveN, so he's going to just take that frag right now. faveN dead. Final 3 moving through long. Tapson must deliver, and it is only 1 kill. You mentioned BlameF. He's the only option. He's the only player left, and he steps out there planting on the other side of those dice blocks, and now they've spotted him. They've got him locked in. BlameF doing what he can. First is Sizzy, next is Kenzie Sword. BlameF's got that one too, and this is why Big have brought him to the team. BlameF stepping up in the big moments. But Essential's got away. BlameF's found a smoke, but Essential steps out, runs to the top of the stairs, and does not cower away in the clutch.
Almost an admirable effort. Big was almost able to piece that together right at the perfect moment. It was so close from being in their hands, recovering that 3 versus 5. Instead, they get wiped out, and they've got to call their 3rd and final timeout. One last conversation to get that motivation up. As we saw from the tweet of Tapson, he said, we're going to be fighting until the final round, so none of these are going to come easy for Bait. They've got 6 chances to close out this map. Capitalize on a phenomenal performance in the first half, 11-1 lead. In the second half, they're just looking to put it into the hole. Just spotted a leg. If he wasn't able to grab this kill, maybe faveN could have had some impact in the round. He was moving into the right location.
Even BlameF making it possible down the straight. 6 in a row required for Big now to force overtime. Opening kill for Big. Griggs grabs it at long and immediately retreats. Wants to change up that position. And just plants himself a little bit further back. But Sizzy, without his AWP, still showing that he's got a lot of prowess on the AK. Moves forward through the smoke. Hunts that trade kill down. 4v4.
Yeah, I like this move, though, but they need a few more seconds to put it into place. BlameF isn't set. Flashbang is out. There's the jump up. Leg shot. Can't transfer down, but at least 1 for 1.
Nade's
and the
good.
nade?
Oh, too short. Right direction.
I cannot believe you've gone back for that one. You knew they were in position. You don't need to take that fight at that point. Lured into it by the pressure of the moment.
Into the open, Sizzy is down, but is his 3K enough to close out this map? Tapson looking to deny that. MPL last alive, 1v2. Going through the fire, going into the charge, wanting the 1v1 fight, and he's got what he's looking for. MPL against faveN. This one is for the map.
He's got so much time as faveN arrives. About to walk up the steps.
Onto the truck. Knows where he is. Grenade down to 6 HP. Is that all he needs? One headshot. And we go to Dust2. MPL locks it in. Dust2 is required. What a bounce back from Bait. They got blown out of the water on Ancient, but they return to the second map, reinvigorated and led by Sizzy.
And not even a reaction out of the Bait side. No celebration on the clutch. NPL barely even reacts. For them, it's just business as usual. This is how...
But they did not account for Sizzy. He comes in, he shows up, and Overpass is picked up by Bait. And we will settle who is going out of the major, who is going to stage 3 here on Dust2.
It feels like a perfect map, Dust2, to end this on, considering, as you mentioned, Sizzy was lights out, the star on Overpass. You go back to Ancient. Grix with the AWP for Big Clan was an absolute beast. Carried them through some stretches, pulled them over the finish line. So AWPs are both warmed up. As we enter this third and deciding map, one team is eliminated here, one team is moving on to stage 3 to play in front of the crowd. Here at the Cologne Major. NPL and Kenzazor and Sizzy moving down middle as we speak.
Flash gonna go through the doors. MPL unleashed, charging out towards JDC, but all of a sudden 3 players for Big appears. They drop down and are ready to fight, but it's going the way of Bait until faveN and JDC show up with the dual Berettas and the USP, but Essential comes as the release valve from the tunnels. And that bomb can sprint up and try and get in towards B.
Yeah, and how do you want to play this now in the 2-on-2? You know the one player's got to cross with the bomb as well. USP, not a great one to hit this shot on. JDC wants to challenge. Blinded. Oh, it's beautiful. Right to the dome.
Yeah, now it's Essential. 1v2. BlameF's a long way off. He's all the way down in CT, ready to react once JDC takes contact, but JDC hits that headshot. Essential walks out the door trying to fight for the clutch, and that's Big taking pistol.
Now, both the teams who have gone on to lose the first 2 maps of this series have started very, very slow, right? It was Bait on Ancient who started slow, couldn't anything get going for 6-7 rounds. Big, they were 1-11 at the end of the first half. They just had a terrible opening half. So let's see what's going to happen for Bait. Is this a lost pistol? You're going to be able to respond in that gun run and get started. We just heard the words from Zontix in the content piece as well of saying, you step into a server and you play a couple rounds and you know immediately if your team has it or not. You know within the first 3 rounds whether they're ready to fight.
I'll just walk into the doors. No fight in this round. And the Glock actually does a little bit more than you might anticipate. BlameF was hoping he could get a few of those Glock kills going this way, but they're getting stopped. Another dink on board, but they double up. And they pair up for those kills. Now you've got MPL stuck at short. He'll be finished off. And a 2-0 start for Big.
All right, well, I think this first gun round is going to tell us a lot of what kind of attitude Bait comes into it. Another reason why Dust2 is going to be a lot of fun in my mind is there seemed to be like a swap in my brain, at least for the eye test back on Overpass, where it just felt like individually Bait was showing that they have a level that they can hit that we didn't see on the first map of the series. I feel like individually Bait's going to be the stronger team, and Dust2 can make that very, very dangerous for Big. No ops yet out on the field. JDC and Tapson going to defend long. NPL and Alex to challenge it.
Tapsin rounding the side of that smoke. It's JDC with the first two. MPL trying to keep this fight going for Bake, but JDC tapping away in that smoke. Has got another one. And look at this. Bake have read the call. They've reacted, but Sizzy, he's got 2 headshots back. He's 3 HP though. And he slipped into the smoke. If he had a little bit more health, this clutch is a lot more doable, but...
Can faveN grab the information though? If he slips all the way back around through T-spawn, this changes. This can turn into a timing round. So faveN gonna fall in towards lower, slide over towards upper, and he has the read, he has the timing, and he's gonna get the sound cues.
Yeah, he's gonna get this kill too if he wants it, but he's not gonna move up quick enough to get into the position, but...
It's fine. Sizzy can't actually stop, and this is the last place he's gonna check. He can't actually stop and do anything about it. His goal is the bomb plant. He's got that, and you're gonna go down.
Yeah, crosses into the open. faveN's not even the player to get the kill. It's blindfolded all the way down at CT.
They had a 4th player big at long quite quickly.
Yes.
They were ready for that.
Great reaction.
They had 3 coming initially, and then I think blindfolded was that 3rd player with utility. I think Grix almost like called him off. Was it Grix as the 4th player? Just said, nope, you go join up with them. I'll throw the utility.
Yeah, it was just a war of attrition, just trying to get out those doors. I mean, it would have been complete shutdown if it wasn't for Sizzy getting a double there and managing to slip away with a bomb plant. And it's important you get that extra cash available. They're going to have a scout and a couple of pistols in this round, but it's a buy returning in the next.
Yeah, and at least Sizzy took a couple of the weapons away for some rebuys. Good shot from Grix with the op. Sizzy tags his teammate. He does him one better. Tapsin's in trouble, though. Already out. He's very late to this long party. Fortunate that they weren't able to turn the corner. Alex, or if he had a Tech 9, maybe you could just run and gun it. But a 5-on-3.
All right, this happened pretty quick. Yeah, Big going to be 4-0 up. And hot starts have been the name of the game. As you were highlighting, see what Bait can do here. You can still dig deep into 3v5, try and squeeze out a bomb plant. The issue is you've got 2 players waiting on this B bomb site, actually just entrenched in the site itself, and the A players are playing pretty passive. So with these weaker weapons, just not looking too likely.
Yeah, you don't want to give them any chance to pick up a gun and go on a little bit of a run. So good shot from Grix. Not really much to do here. Smoke is down. JDC playing outside the bomb site. Another good shot from Grix. Off warming up on this CT side. Dust2. He's going to have all 3. Makes it 4 total on the round as I go through a little bit of a count there. Both these teams have played Dust2 once in this major. For Big, it was a 13-5 win over NRG back in Stage 1 in that series that would eventually move them into Stage 2. For Bait, it was Thunder Down Under, who they defeated 13-11 here on Dust2, also in Stage 1.
No, Dust2 is high pressure is the one we're currently watching for them, and I've really enjoyed watching both AWPers today. Grix and Sizzy really showing up at JDC into the lower tunnels. He's come away with the opening kill.
Yeah, that's actually nasty. Very disruptive. Slows things down, make it disjointed. You add into the fact that Sizzy's been legged. Oh, that nade kills him. Nade. Oh, he gets out of the way just in time. 8 HP.
There was another nade coming too to the same position, just didn't go as deep for Sizzy. So 8 HP. Is he still going to be able to do something here?
Also, this is how Bait gained control on Overpass, right? The opening CT-sided rounds, NPL, all those pieces of aggression up towards faveN, just like disjoint and disrupt the offense before it can begin.
2 players around the corner. This is a tough setup to try and deal with if you're Bait, if you come out long.
Yeah, you'll never expect blindfolded, that's for sure.
All right, the little bait
I mean,
switch.
you add in like a 4th defender at the last long exec in the first gun round. I feel like there's been a decent amount of research and a decent game plan in place for Big here against Bait.
Still blocking, holding them back at long. Tapsin's moved off. There's the pressure. blindfolded doesn't sit back. He actually moves forward to challenge. You're like, 2 players long again? Like, every time we go long, they have multiple players ready to take us down. It's going to be frustrating for Bait. Sizzy, that's a bit of an odd angle for Grix to be overexposed in. But with 30 seconds and the bomb dropped out long, it isn't going to result in a round victory. And JDC's on the prowl. Sizzy's got the read.
Oh, what a read.
Yeah, this is a great read.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not going to win the round, but at least you're taking some guns away, and at least you're keeping your op in your hand.
If they had a few more seconds to play with, you know, a different story, of course. Sizzy finding some great kills here. Despite being, remember, Sizzy was tagged at the start of this. He was legged by Grix in the opening of the round, then naded down to 8 HP. At least grabbing 2 kills on the way out, but it was a strong start to the round from Big, and they're going to close it again with a heavy long setup.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see Bait continue to try and come back to this. Maybe there's an indication or an idea that Big have in their game plan of in these mid rounds, in these kind of situations, we can stack towards long. They like doing some late long takes, mid round long takes. Either way, shut down both times. They've tried to get that part of the map under their control.
Well, you got to call a timeout. You're 5-0 down. Your initial game plan is being destroyed at the moment. You've got to figure out a solution, and you've got to do it with no coach, and you've got to do it with young players. The most high-pressure game possible.
So a conversation for Bait. Big, very pleased with how they've opened up. It's about continuing down this road. The theme for them on Ancient was don't give them a chance, don't let them back into the game. Gonna try and force that here as well. Kenzazor picks up a Deagle, 2 Tech 9s, the saved AWP and the saved AK-47 on Essential and Sizzy.
Feels like the only way is the AWP. Feels like that is the only way they get into this round, is if Sizzy can do something for them. You got Alex charging down into the lower tunnels. He's going to be flashed just around that corner. Some decent control at least, you know, getting down to the doors early on. Sizzy covering it off, but Big are not peeking. They're not giving any chances to this AWP early.
And actually, Bait's just going to walk out middle. Already starting to pressure it. They sense no presence, no defense, nobody's home. They're going to have a really dangerous execute because the defense is very, very passive towards the A bomb site. So Grix and faveN to defend. All 5 players of Bait going to head into this B bomb site, try and take it over to get their first round on the board. Good shot from Grix to open.
Yeah, it takes away the tunnel threat. The attack's only from one side now, so they realize, okay, let's change it up.
They're going elsewhere.
Let's try and get through CT and go towards this A site. Taps in, rifle out, under a minute on the clock, drops the defensive smoke, sprays away, splashes damage, but it's JDC here at Goose that will ring out their necks. There's a 3K from JDC off of Goose. That is a great round from him and a fantastic start to this map as well from JDC. 12-2.
I got to give huge credit over to Big just as a team in that round, holding on to the utility when eventually the mid to B split came out. Drop smoke at the B double doors. That's what forces them away. They wanted to hit B that whole time, but when they see all the utility, Grix gets the kill in upper, smoke drops at double doors. They're like, well, we're never getting into that bomb site. We might as well try our luck over at the A bomb site, and that's where JDC puts him down.
Well, MPL, look at this. Long attack is out straight away. He's past it. He's got to blue. JDC, that smoke is going to clear and put pressure on him. Lost taps in. So Bait have actually won the fight at long for what feels like the first time.
It was disorganization, though. Some players wanted to fall back. Okay, they just looked away. Essential. One more. That's faveN. Easy. Grix peeks out for one.
You know, it's likely to be 2 players just standing in this A site now. blame F's going to be forced out of car. You've got a lot of information if you're Bait about the positions of these players. Now it's JDC who took damage earlier in that long fight, trying to defend the site on his own, and he's cleared out this time by Kenzazor. Good shot up from Grix. It'd be an ace clutch if he's able to pull this off. And he's not able to. Alex will prevent that from happening, and finally, Bait able to break through with a round win.
Yeah, that can't happen for Big, because they've controlled long for most of the time by being hyper-aggressive, turning around that smoke. But this time around, it feel like JDC realized NPL had them beat on the timing, and JDC stops, taps, and keeps trying to go forward. So it ends up, when this smoke breaks, only 1 CT are fighting. There's 2 other CTs ready to party, but they kind of got disjointed by the fact that 1 player wanted to fall back, 1 player wanted to fight on different pages, and no effect whatsoever.
After breaking through to the first round victory, Bait immediately slowed things down. No trying to pop out long, no trying to be surprising. Just into the default, going through the motions. MPL into the lower tunnels. And you'll see Sizzy start to move up short. Had the AWP in his hand a number of times in this half, but just the AK-47 this time.
Gonna start getting control of Catwalk. Grix in middle hasn't shifted away towards CT spawn. JDC has moved out of the B bomb site, so that possibility is open to Grix if he feels like he needs to shore up the A site. And Bait happy at the moment to keep playing it slow. With the map control up short, 2 players outside long waiting for a smoke to fake. Looks like they want to turn this into a split onto the bomb site. And still no 3rd defender has arrived or even considered shifting from Big.
Good nade into the packet players at short, just a little bit of damage. That catwalk execution coming in now from Bait. Smokes will be deployed. Spam will be sent out by blame_F. Tapson's gonna worry, but
they're both dead. They're both dead.
Pulled away. Tapson's gone. Can blame_F do anything about this?
No way.
Away. Got both. Both long players dead, but he's out of bullets, so he couldn't transition back to the site.
That's almost a miracle in a way, but unfortunately they were so far back that the miracle only gives him a chance to come for the retake. Doesn't secure him a victory. Flash over for short. faveN goes down. JDC can't win that either.
Yeah, Crick steps out. MPL dead. They know exactly where he's coming from. They know they've got a little bit of time to compose themselves, to position themselves, to deal with the threat.
He's going for it.
He is, but look how tough it is. You've got a player up on short, one down towards CT. It's just the different levels of elevation would have cost Grix there, so he doesn't know that, but he's made the wise decision to drop back and save.
Yeah, it's unfortunate seeing a mistake like that on Big Clan's side, out of your, essentially your most experienced player in Tabson of leaving long, and I felt like with Tabson maybe as the only defender, he wanted to sneak back and just get a little bit of a look to double up on that fight, but man, you have to keep your eyes on long, especially if there's only 2 defenders there.
Well, Bait have done the hard job of actually fighting their way into this game, and they've brought that money down for Big. It's not in a great spot right now. It's not in the worst. I mean, Grix saving is huge because he's got extra cash. He can drop an M4.
Just what makes this mistake so painful. I mean, I can't even believe blame_F should have never gotten a double kill here, but look at what it does. His attention turned, magazine emptied, and the retake individual. First time out for Big as they're on the verge of losing their grip on this map. 6-0, now 2 in a row for Bait to bring it within 4. And Big spending everything they've got in this round. Money is gone after this, making the timeout and the call in it all important to see if Big can continue building upon this lead. Grix and Sizzy both still with the Alps. That's been a feature, a mainstay of this series. It's continuing on Dust2. Both Alps leading the way for their, well, excuse me, Grix second place. JDC's got 12 kills with his hot start.
Well, Big sit back and ponder what Bait might call. Waterfall smoke deploys towards the doors. Oh, Sizzy taking damage through that smoke. 54 health left. Taps in to send the nade around the corner, and oh, that timing. As Alex jumps forward through utility of his own, he ends up taking the grenade to the head.
Same defense, only 2 defenders at the A bomb site, Tapson and Grix this time, so at least it's the Alp.
Yeah, and you're going to be worried about that long attack that was the bane of your existence in the last round.
Yeah, but Grix's Alp wants to peek towards short, so it could be interesting.
Well, Tapson sending the nades in, dropping the utility. Grix has come back. Alex is caught. No reaction from any Bait play coming out long for now because there isn't any, but Grix is going to be worried about it regardless, and that's going to keep his eyes away, and that support that you want to be on the A site just isn't there at the moment. 39 seconds left. And what are Bait doing now? They're starting to peel back with that bomb.
Coming towards middle, they pick both off. They get pulled into the fights. blame_F lying in wait. The snake in the grass, they'll never expect it, but he's got 3 players coming at him.
Here's all the steps. Rifles out. Sizzy jumps into the open, and to his death, can they get rid of blame_F? Can they force him out? They will get the headshot, and now they'll go for the bomb, but Grix is ready for that jump. He connects it.
1 HP.
1 single HP for Essential. That bomb is going to go down, and now it is a retake.
That 1 HP could be everything, because now he's picked it up off the ground and plays back plat. Good luck, Tabson.
The weight of that single point of health could crash down on Big. Essential to peek from the back platform. Tapson's gone. Grix is not going to pull this off. A 1v2, just don't give him the shot. Do not give him the chance. And this round is secured. He tries to move away. He's taking damage as he retreats. A 3rd round collective for Bait, and it is a single point of health that makes the difference.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He actually tags him on the jump, just barely surviving. But Bait backing away off that A exec, and both 2 of the 3 B defenders swinging middle for the fight. Man, that's where the round goes south. Another mistake that has devastating consequences for Big. faveN and JDC just getting caught peeking at the double doors. They thought always it was going to be a commitment to the A bomb site. They thought they were swinging for a fight against the Lurker and bit off way more than they can chew.
Well, Alex already at blue. We've got JDC pushed up into the tunnel. Oh, what?
Oh, Jesus.
What is that reaction? I thought MPL was guaranteed to be dead.
That's all going horribly wrong all of a sudden.
Horribly right from the bait perspective. They've got out long. Grix is going to bring that AWP over for a little look down into the pit. The Allbers send a shot past each other. Now they're connecting. And the defensive smoke intended to delay their opponents, thrown out by Big.
It's hard, I think, because Big know exactly what's happening on the map. They know it's going to be this long take. They know it's going to be extended. They're just trying to delay things, but they're playing with the man deficit, right? Like, normally, if they have 5 people, they're clearing out B tunnels. They're clearing out the middle of the map. They're getting ready to just kind of defend this hit from long at the A bomb site, maybe trapping them in the long cave. But without that extra player, they haven't done any of that. They just got to sit and wait for Bait to pull the trigger.
Despite the attempt to disrupt the smoke, it lands dead on. Tabs and just spams through it instead. Kenzie saw it definitely taking damage on the way. But here's the flank. MPL waiting to strike again. Headshot connects on Grix, goes in again. MPL handing out haircuts. Tabson trying to step forward for a Hail Mary play with the MP9, but it's not going to be enough. And faveN instead is required to clutch, and they know exactly where he's coming from. So step through that smoke to your demise. Big are starting to disappear, and Bait are staying in this. It's incredible to see that tenacity time and time again.
It's the plays away from action that are destroying Big. They're losing control of this map. It's not so much the actual execute and the tactic and the thrust from Bait that's really ruining them. It's these plays. It's the little lurkers away from things. It's NPL coming in really late up short when Big feel like they have control. And for good reason, I guess. They had a player at double doors looking up towards short, just never saw that scale.
Yeah, it's just weak weapons here. So MPL's out long. He's loving this kind of play. He's fired up right now. MPL!
Jesus.
Sits them on their asses, and now he's out long, just going forward. You've got Grix playing at the elevator. His toe spotted. You can't hide. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run.
This match has lost all finesse. Now it's just brute force, and NPL's coming out on top of that exchange. 11 frags. He has shot up the scoreboard.
Intention is at its highest when you're on this third and final map in the survival game in stage 2 of the major. It's the individuals that make the difference, and it's MPL with back-to-back rounds. This one against the weaker guns, but stylish as he just runs over the top of them. Last round of the half. Such hot starts from these big players, in particular JDC. That's come slow down, and Grix, you know, not being able to keep it up right now either. It's unfortunate to see Bait disappear the way they have, but you've got to hand it to Bait. This has been an incredible run on T side now, 5 in a row.
I think Big have just taken some devastating losses at pretty critical moments in the half. The round that Tabson kind of gave up his perch out towards long, and they got flanked. Now you have the one on Catwalk that NPL comes up. You've got some good performances, but, you know, some opening. Some of the deaths they're taking happen so suddenly and at just terrible timings that it's really hard for Big to recover in these scenarios. Says he's been spotted by faveN.
A long corner smoke not reaching its intended mark. Sizzy burning, singeing inside of the flames. He even steps out.
Well, they want to go to the B bomb site, so he was being aggressive in trying to find that pick. You can see them all lined up. Again, this is not in any way a half of finesse. Especially since Bait have gained control. They've just said, we don't really want to do anything too crazy. We're going to go through the basics, and then we're just going to bulldoze you.
Ending this streak will do a lot for the mentality of Big. You know, end on a win. And on a round victory.
A very static defense yet again from Big, though. Again, Sizzy's been spotted twice now in upper tunnels, and still no one has shifted. No one at the A bomb site has tried to make a move. Nobody's trying to creep a little bit closer.
And Bait just stay committed. Stay committed to the call.
faveN and JDC are out of all utility. Not even a decoy to their name.
That smoke at CT is now fading. And now in the tunnels as well. They're coming in towards faveN. Can he step up? Bait's barrels go around the corner. And faveN barrels through too. JDC responds with a headshot on essentially. He's waiting for the mid-prong to the approach. There's plenty of players looking for that. And they will get the result they needed. It's now Sizzy with a clutch.
He's got 2 flashes as well that he could have used earlier.
Absolutely. Well, he's got some util that's going to make it uncomfortable for JDC. There's the first kill.
Nice.
Well done from Sizzy, but can't stop tabseN. The shot connects on the cross. They put an end to the streak right at the end of the half. 7-5. A competitive Dust2 down the stretch to decide who is staying alive and who is heading home.
Well, tabseN before the game said today is the day German CS is going to be back at the highest level with amazing international star players. They're going to fulfill their dreams, fighting for the very last round of the game with a smile on our face. And we might need to see that out of them because this one feels like it might go down the stretch. Both teams battling back and forth with Big narrowly taking a lead into the halftime break, 7-5. And here on Dust2, this is going to be decided. Elimination match. One team moves on, one team goes home from the IEM Cologne Major.
And let's do it like in the NRG game, okay? I'm having a very nice game. So in the default, after Ben made a call, let me really take charge and I will dictate the pace on how we take the stuff, okay? And we will completely destroy them, I'm pretty sure.
All right, Big Papa JDC saying, I'm having a good game. I can feel this, and just like NRG, let me kind of control the situation. Let me be the brains of the operation.
Let's strap ourselves in and enjoy a John De Castro T-side then, shall we?
Tell you what, he sounded real confident.
He really did. Well, let's see if Bait can just knock that out of him real quick. And
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, 2 HP, guys.
I take it back.
Take the wheel.
Somebody else call. Well, that slows things down.
It really does. Takes this thing out of that attack quite quickly.
Another smoke coming in. This one, the mid to B split. JDC's going to lead the way with that 2 HP. He don't care.
Sizzy. Nice start. Even better second. It's Grix dead, and Sizzy's going for everything. His teammates coming out to help him. Kenzisaur's got it. Sizzy stepped up and delivered a beautiful pistol round with a 3K. And faveN now leaping into the site. No hope here for Big. It's going to be a 6th round for bait. faveN will step out. He'll try and fight his way through the window, but look how many players are on the other side. And now you've got a tunnel player coming in as well, which is now just detected on the jump. So Kenzisaur comes through, and yet another round out of this young kid, Sizzy. This is insane. He's having a great game on the final chance here in stage 2.
He's having a great pair of maps, and the maps that bait looks, well, the one they won earlier on Overpass, and now here on Dust2, which they still have a chance to win, obviously. Great shooting with the USP, but also the flashes coming through that smoke. Notice how there's only 2 attackers. They go down, and 2 more stream out 3 seconds later. Those flashbangs disjointed that entire attack. Well, 7-6 now, a chance for bait to even things up. Good utility into the cave, and Sizzy, feed the Opper some bonus cash.
Oh, he is loving it right now.
What was that, back-to-back triple kills for Sizzy to start out this second half?
Uh-oh, we know what happened when he got a good start on the CT side of Overpass. He destroyed Big on his own. That's a 4K coming out of Sizzy. Look at that smile on his face.
And now he's rich.
Dude, this should be like the most high-pressure environment possible for him. You're in an elimination game. The last chance in stage 2 of a major, 16 years old. And he's playing the best we've seen from him.
I'll tell you what, though, your first major elimination game and you're given this kind of a performance, no reason to not have a giant smile on your face and giggle between every single triple kill. Keep it up. Looking for the jump spot. Reaction test for the Opper. Grix isn't going to give it to him. Opens up measured from Big as they spread out into a default. JDC just now arriving at Xbox. Grix with the bomb is going to join up with faveN in upper dark. JDC is going to be on short. tabseN and blaiMF as well, rotating around the map through T-spawn. So forcing out some defensive utility and making sure bait is kept honest, showing presence towards the A bomb site. It's not working. Kenzisaur is leaning towards B. There's a 3rd defender here.
Silent for now. First bullet's going to ring out. It's Essential to a headshot. MPL steps out and gets nothing. And Essential is doing so much. He's even got his teammate in to confirm it. So the 3-man setup with a B-bomb, so almost impenetrable. Yeah, when that bomb goes down. So even though you've got 2 players still alive, the bomb's now in possession of bait.
Yeah, but this play from blaiMF does nothing. Like if there's more teammates alive, this can actually be a dangerous position. But now that it's only one of his teammates, like you're just relying essentially on JDC to win this round, and you're there to help out. If he can get you into that position, JDC's grabbed the bomb and the kill, but there's only 12 seconds.
Yeah, he's got to run out, and they're already in, so they've rotated to the window. Bait are locked in. This is crazy. This was a 6-0 start from Big.
An 8-1 run at the moment for the bait side of things. It's completely reversed. Out of a timeout in the first half, bait just woke up. Trying to walk in contact, but what a crossfire setup. Even getting a clean kill onto NPL is impressive, but you still get wiped off the map. So a 1-round lead for bait, and it's back to Tech9s and pistols for Big.
And Nate goes down, lands in behind JDC. Not going to have too many opportunities to call this T-side, is he? Such a strong start from bait in the second half. MPL going out and catching Grix. 5v4 for bait. There's a swing out. Good reaction from Sizzy. Actually took a bullet to the head. MPL comes through and backs him up, and all that rifle support for the Opper is perfect. And faveN's even getting spammed down through the doors as well. So nowhere you can hide. It's a 9th round now for Bait. Nice and easy, not a single player going down.
Problem now is Bait just have so much money. Sizzy with all those MP9 kills earlier on the half, 7,300. Alex has 8,600. Kenzazor 6K. There are so many buys that Big have to battle through before they get any kind of a reprieve. And we go into round 17. They've got 4 AKs and an op on Grix.
I mean, there's an extra pressure on Big as well. Like, obviously pressure on everybody at the major, but when you're playing in your home country in Germany, and you know if you get through this map, if you win this map, you get to play in front of an audience. It's just going to add that extra desire for this game. But right now, Bait are the ones who are fully in control of it. Sizzy looking down into the tunnels. Going to be flashed and put under pressure, but he'll hold them back with Util.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Big didn't step forward. They had 4 players in tunnels, and actually would have been a great round forward. They couldn't have known that, but Sizzy was the only one starting at the B bomb site, so a fast, aggressive play could have been super effective against a solo opper. However, now they move elsewhere on the map, towards middle, towards Xbox. Flashbang out mid. Essential is blind. So Big getting stalled out towards middle when they wanted to apply some pressure. It looked like out double doors. They had a left side smoke. It almost feels like they're just going to slide players back and execute a mid to B split here. faveN and Tapson with the bomb in upper. Sizzy back plat with the AWP. Breaks the smoke, plays on top of the box. A bit risky. But they're starting to sense like there's no pressure coming in this direction.
Trying to get through this smoke. Sizzy. Oh, great headshot from faveN. And Essential is locked out of the site. Smokes are up at the doorway. Kenzazor is stepping through the smoke. Blameaf, line and wait. Great pair of headshots. Kenzazor and Essential both dead. And then Blameaf goes for a third. Somehow that one goes right through the CT smoke and connects onto the head of MPL. And finally, Big getting another round victory.
Yeah, nice job. I mean, just kind of moving as a pack, right? Pack towards middle, secure it, set the staging area, a little bit of a pump fake on an initial smoke to draw utility. And when they come back in to commit to the B split, there's no nades left for the Bait side of things. And actually, they didn't even really need the mid portion of the attack. That got to play passively. Really well constructed from Big, and nice triple kill from Blameaf. Sizzy playing solo inside the B bomb site. Might not see that again for a while. Had a real tough time finding any kind of comfort.
I could peek long before. Because you said they always want.
But that's the first of many steps Big have to take. The scoreline is close, but the cash on the Bait side is the problem for them. Another full buy coming in for the CT side. There will be another one if they're to lose this round.
faveN has taken responsibility to grab the ult because he's got the long spawn. You can hear a little anti-strat there, like the preparation for the game, saying, because you said they always, then it cut off, but I assume that they're going to challenge long. So faveN's going for this opening, and he is going to get a chance at it, but hasn't been able to connect.
Another 4-man opening towards long, and now they're just backing off, showing the presence and then letting it disappear and adjusting elsewhere on the map. Trying to catch Big in some kind of a reaction to the long presence. That was dead wrong. Sizzy's right back with the solo op on the platform at the B bomb site. Main defense here on short.
Yeah, a lot of defense at short, isn't there? 3 players around here. Blameaf about to challenge first, and he didn't even really get to see the amount of players there because MPL's so quick on that headshot.
I hear the footsteps as they start backing off, and there's no information of this hold. What a shot from Sizzy. That's fast.
Yeah, he's going back in for it again. So JDC thinks twice about stepping forward into the waiting scope, so they drop back. But the problem is a 2-man advantage now, and you've still got to clear out short. So you walk into your death as MPL hung around. So Tapson walks through, dies, and the chances of Big now dwindle. JDC is going to try and reignite.
Oh, that's an opening.
Smoke faded and you've got no replenishment.
Yeah, no one's peeking at the moment yet, so maybe they can get a little lucky. What a shot from JDC. Another one tap.
Okay.
17 kills. He is having a great game. Up to the A bomb site we go. They feel like they just weakened the defense and they'd be dead right.
Well, if you're MPL, you know you got to ready yourself for this. So just tucks himself in on the site, keeps his head down, lets them come close. And he looks to be the devastating force to cancel out this round. MPL goes for it. That's a 4K. And double figures reach on this final map for Bait.
Yes, Big scrambling throughout that round to find the final play, to find a chance to get into a bomb site. JDC provided it with the one tap, but NPL just way too smart. Tough position to deal with as he can just pop up at will. And great utility support from his teammates rotating over. No momentum built up for Big. One round win and an immediate loss after the fact, so the money continues being strong for Bait.
Well, Tapson throwing himself through the long smoke. Just trying to challenge, trying to get some of that space, and he's done pretty well. He's got street control for now. Does he just keep scaling? Does he keep walking? Alex goes out with a great flashbang assist from MPL. As Tapson and Grix both gone, push forward into the tunnels. faveN needs both kills and he can't get it. Too much of an ask. And so big fall to 2 players versus the 4 of Bait, and the round has virtually just begun. It feels like Big are going to be eliminated from the Cologne Major unless they can find a round that inspires them, that gives them some energy, and this might just be it. JDC and blindfolded fighting back, but a collateral landed, and Sizzy switches out to the AK-47. Simple as that from Sizzy. 11th round for Bait.
He even got the 1 in his name. This region just keeps cranking out strong offers. Sizzy making a name for himself here in this elimination game in the Bait jersey. Absolutely impressive stuff. That's a lovely shot from JDC that starts to make you feel like Big might have something here, but the collateral, realizing it, and the hot swap to the AK. Bait is just 2 rounds away from stage 3, 2 rounds away from eliminating Big, and that forces their 3rd timeout in regulation as they talk things over. Last chance potentially for the coach to have any kind of impact in the match.
Think about Big's journey to get to this point. Having to go to the smaller events on the lead up to tier 2 events. Defeating FaveN in that game back in Belgrade months ago. Coming all the way through stage 1 to the final day of play. Having to come back being 0-12 down, fighting and breaking a record to come in and stay alive and qualify for stage 2. The odds stacked against them here as well. They make it to the final day of play. They wake up today with optimism of hope. A dream that they can make it into stage 3 with the big boys and the crowd coming in. But it looks like Bait are about to be their end. Sizzy trying to hold the long attack. Big send multiple players out here again, but the AWP is waiting for them.
Oh, they're both here. They're doubled up as well. This is dangerous.
Yeah, but Alex, again, the same result. It's a long attack from Big. Alex opens up with 2, and Sizzy's got the rest. He's handled Grix. No hope for Big. It's series point for Bait.
Series point and 4 opportunities to close it out. 4 opportunities to move on.
Yep.
They were at stage 3 in the Budapest Major. Now looking to back it up with another stage 3 attendance. And Big just feel like they've run out of gas at this point. We know they're fighting for every single round down to the stretch, down until the bell. But this second half, they've had no real fight in them. And they lost that, it feels, maybe 6 rounds into the 3rd map.
They've got to find 4 rounds in a row just to get overtime. Sizzy unleashed all the way to top middle, but he's missed the shot. JDC's got it, but Kenzizor, again, the response is swift from Bait. They're just getting these kills, and now Kenzizor charging towards top middle. And the hopes and dreams of Big destroyed in the hands of Kenzizor. He knocks them out of Cologne with an ace as he runs up middle. Heartbreak descends upon the Germans, but for Bait, some hope and positivity as they will take the final step into stage 3. An incredible showing of mental tenacity and